documenting my trip to Lake Charles, Louisiana this morning for some spiritual healing. We have a circuit assembly, a convention where we talk about, this theme is imitate their faith. And we're talking about Bible accounts such as Moses and Abraham and things of that nature, and how it is important that we take their example and we try to apply it to our daily lives and in the faith that we have in God. So that's where I'm going, and it's about an hour and 15 minutes away, so this is an early morning. I actually left late. I'm going to be getting there late. It starts at 9:50 and it's already almost 9:50. So I'll be there quite late. But it's okay. At least I get there. So anyway, I might just be vlogging when I get there and some parts of the road, and I'm by myself. My husband didn't come with me. I guess he had some stuff to do that he had to do today. So that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty. So I just wanted to let you guys see the slay that I did on these hair eyebrows while I'm driving by. Y'all see them things? While I was driving. I'm almost there. I'm like 5 minutes away from the place I was, but I said I need to get the eyebrows sitting longest, so I just wanted to get those out the way. But look at them eyebrows. I slayed them things. Okay, so I'm finished my makeup. I'm here. I'm about to go inside. I'll let you guys see what's going on inside. It's pretty much everybody sitting down right now. It's almost lunchtime, so I'm like really late. I think lunchtime starts at like 11:30. I have to look at the schedule or something, or 12. So yeah, I'm about to go inside and I'll try to vlog in there as much as I can.
Let's kick the beat.
And we want to keep our Bibles open here. We're going to focus on 5 things that can help you to become an example to faithful ones. Notice what it reads here. Never let anyone look down on your youth. Instead, become an example to the faithful ones in speaking, in conduct, in love, in faith, in chasteness. So you notice the first thing Paul exhorted Timothy to become an example in? Speaking. Why? Well, Timothy may have been shy and lacked confidence in his ability to speak up and properly exercise his authority. Young ones, have you ever been too shy or scared to speak up about your beliefs in the classroom?
Open our Bible to 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 3 through 6. That's 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 3 through 6. And as we consider these verses and the rest of this part, we're going to examine how the examples of these holy women of times past can greatly help you, dear sisters, today. So let's begin in verse number 3 of 1 Peter chapter 3. It says, "Do not let your adornment be external, the braiding of hair and the wearing of gold ornaments or fine clothing. But let it be the secret person of the heart, in the incorruptible adornment of the quiet and mild spirit, which is of great value in the eyes of God. For this is how the holy women of the past, who hoped in God, used to adorn themselves, subjecting themselves to their own husbands, just as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord." Here it is. "And you have become her children, provided..." Well, Sarah was a godly woman and a precious wife. You know, we often think about and talk about the great faith of Abraham, but isn't it true that Sarah too had strong faith in Jehovah? After all, she subjected herself to her husband, although it meant leaving her home and her friends and her family back in Ur. In fact, the Bible account in Hebrews chapter 11, verse number 8 tells us that at Jehovah's direction, Abraham went out, although not knowing where he was going. Now, you dear sisters, I'm sure you'll agree that it takes great faith in God for you to follow a husband when you know and he knows he doesn't know where he's going. Many wives today are making sacrifices to pursue theocratic goals right alongside their husbands, and they are blessed for it. By doing so, you sisters have figuratively become Sarah's children. Yes, you have become her spiritual daughters. Abigail is another example worthy of imitation. She acted with discretion and loyalty despite being in a difficult marriage. In fact, the account at 1 Samuel chapter 25 shows that Abigail preserved her household from the calamity of her husband's arrogant and senseless actions. But here's what's powerful about Abigail's example, is that she did this while respecting her husband's role within their family. Who, however, could be more worthy of imitation than the very mother of Jesus Christ, Mary? She truly displayed the incorruptible adornment of the quiet and mild spirit. In fact, when the angel Gabriel in Luke chapter 1 said to her that she was going to have this challenging assignment, what was her reaction? She humbly said, "Look, Jehovah's slave girl, may it take place with me according to your declaration." Those words tell of Mary's great faith, because she acknowledged that her life rested entirely in Jehovah's hands, and she was confident that Jehovah would bless her earnest effort to care for this challenging assignment. But the Bible also shows Mary to have been a spiritual woman who knew the scriptures very well. In fact, in her praise to Jehovah at Luke chapter 1 and verse 46, she makes more than 20 references to the Hebrew scriptures in fewer than 10 sentences. Mary was a woman and a student of God's word, the Bible. She knew God's word very well. The Bible also says that Mary preserved spiritual sayings in her heart. Why did she do this? So that over the months and years that would follow, she could meditate on these things, ponder on them, nourish her own faith, and seek other ways to more fully apply God's counsel in her life. Sisters, you imitate the faith of Mary and become her spiritual daughters if you too apply yourself to a study of God's word and continue obedient and humble and faithful to Jehovah. We're going to take a moment. Their example inspires us that we must all run strong, and we must run hard, and we must run with endurance the race that is set before us. Sisters, we encourage you, finish the race, and then along with all of Jehovah's faithful ones, including the holy women from the past, get your reward of everlasting life.
So it's lunchtime. I got to listen to a good 45 minutes. And so after lunchtime, just go back in and I'll go through some more stuff. We go in at 1:20 and it's like 12:40 right now. So I got about another 40 minutes. And so I'm eating a salad right now. And it looks like this. So spinach, baby spinach, chicken, and some tomatoes in it. And I put a little Catalina dressing on it. That's my favorite dressing in the entire world because it's like sweet and a little bitter, but it's mostly sweet. So I like that one better. And so, alright, so we're done with that. I learned a lot, and I'll do a video on everything that I learned today within this vlog. It was very interesting and very enlightening. So I'm grateful for the spiritual words that I received today. So I'm done. I'm about to go home, but first I want to stop at Ulta because I need a new beauty blender. Mine is tearing into pieces right now, so I need to see if I can find one in Ulta. And I'm going to try to vlog in here. This is the one in Lake Charles, so maybe you guys can get a glimpse of how the Ulta here looks. And
Let's kick the beach.